for the most part. As you can see, the ceiling tiles are now outlined to go around the top of the structure. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. I must say that in every simulator I've ever played, the water always seems to look the most realistic out of the rest of the game. In fact, in any other game I've ever played, the water always looks the nicest and looks like, you can straight up just drink from it. But anyway, here we are in Builder Simulator, and this game takes you from the start of a foundation where you build up from the very basis of the ground, and you build up all the way to the top. You have to buy your materials, you plan things out. Here is the building that I planned out for the most part. It took 2.5 hours for me to plan this out before I start making this video. But in the tutorial and in this game, while yes, it's a simulator, it's meant to mimic reality, the developers did come along with options that help you just kind of go along and do things faster, better, easier, so you're not like pick up like a little square of dirt here and then carry it someplace. Instead, you can just go along and just pick it up rather than doing it individually. And that goes for the most of the building aspect of it. While it is all the way down to every little detail for building, it does allow you to do things a lot faster in some places that would be extremely tedious. Okay, so now that we're done digging all that out, I imagine this is going to take and probably cost me a fortune to do. Let's see, how much money do we have? Oh, I guess the money is unlimited, at least in this mode. So let's see, I'm going to assume we're going to need about 500. We might even need more than that to make this. But this is what I'm talking about, that they make it real easy to do. Could you just imagine having to sit here and do these all individually? Or if there's just a function where you had to whip out a hammer and hammer it into place? Man, I just can't imagine how crazy that would be. Alright, so we were about short of that, so we didn't really need 500, but that's okay. Got one down here. Yep, there we go. Voila. Okay. Now we've got all that done. Now comes the fun part. We have to make concrete, which is just great. So for the sake of you guys and doing it this first time, since this is our first little video, obviously we're not going to complete this entire house in one video. It is a 2-story structure. It's massive. I don't know if I can show you guys. Let me see what it says. Interact. Okay. Here we go. So I built it and designed it all like this. We're on the, this is the upper floor. Every little blue thing is a window here. Our doors, our rooms. On the first floor, what we're working on, if you guys can see, there's just a lot to do. There's so much to do that there's going to be more than one video for this. Yeah, duh. Okay. Now then, make concrete. Obviously we can choose the auto version for the most part, but just because we're doing it this way, I'd rather just like do it this way. You know what, fuck it, we'll just do it the other way. Sets everything up now in the game, and like the actual contracts and everything. There'll be some videos up after that later. But it actually will charge me because I have a budget then. I don't want to bring that thing over here. Where'd it go? What the fuck? I don't have the faintest clue where that thing went. Alright guys, welcome back. So as you can see, we're totally on a new map. I don't know what was going on with that map earlier, but when I would try to spawn my wheelbarrow and do the concrete pouring or whatever, this thing would disappear and fly across the map and spawn at a totally different location at another part of the map where you can build at. And while this map just came out recently, a few days ago, when the update was dropped, so I was like, whatever, I'm not messing with this. So I came over here. So we have a whole new building. Another like hour and a half of my life spent putting blueprints down so I could make a structure or whatever the fuck. And so now I've just started with pouring the basis of the concrete or so. I tried to make it as similar as I could to the original one, but I don't know if I got it right on point, right on the T. Couldn't really remember because I had just started and it was, yeah. But let me finish up this stuff. At least for today's video, the objective here is to lay out all the foundation, get the walls up, and then maybe start working on door frames or so. And for the most part, at least we'll have a framework going, and then we'll cover everything else, or at least some more stuff in episode 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hopefully it'll be a 5-episode series of what we can do, but I don't want to make things too long, and it's already this video is already pretty long. All right, so finally I completed that outline and laying the actual part of the foundation. Now we got to dig all this out, and then I have to fill this all in with more concrete and more insulation and add more stuff in there. So I'll give you guys a glimpse each time of what that looks like when I do that for the most part, but I'm not going to show you the entire thing. So now that I'm ready to get started on this is what it looks like when I dig out these sections, and this is what I mean by how they make it where it's easy and it's not like you have to do little sections completely. I mean, it still equally takes forever because you just don't. It's just you and your shovel and all of this to go. And yeah, so that's this part. I'll see you guys back here in just a second. All right, next up, after digging all this out, now we got to put a layer of sand down, which it's not too terribly hard, except for we'll have to go back and get more sand after this. I guess these tiles aren't that big. Dang, we're at 46 already. Jesus, jeez, man, this is a huge undertaking. It took a hot minute in the tutorial to build the house because of all the talking, and the house itself wasn't even that big. You go all the way back over here. Put more sand in here. Now, would I say I enjoyed the aspect of this game for the most part? Probably, except for the fact that I have to like sit here and tediously put in everything. I mean, I guess it could be worse where you're doing like little blocks of it and not all these big blocks, but yeah, it still takes time to do everything. But yeah, so I'll see you guys back here in just a second. Gosh, I can't tell you guys how like long it has been since I last spoken. Okay, it's only been like 3 or 4 minutes, but still, it seems like it is taking forever, and we've only done half. Oh, jeez. Alright, back to it. Okay, so it took forever for us to get it done, but we finally got the sand laid down. Now, we just basically in this floor step, we have 3 more things to do. We got to put down this bar, then we got to put down concrete, then we got to put insulation down, and then you put down the actual concrete that builds up the foundation above the ground. Unfortunately, the bar and the insulation are the only easiest things that go by really fast, because you just buy that. But the concrete is just like me pouring this edging. I have to kind of go along. I don't know if I showed you guys that. I don't think so. I'll basically show you for the most part. But we're just going to skip along the first layer of concrete because this is just going to take forever for us to do, and I don't think I want to get to building this house. I don't want to spend like the next 45 minutes of my life doing just the foundation because it's taken forever. Okay, right. Well, I'll see you guys back here in just a second. All right, guys. Finally, this foundation is completed. It took forever. And after I finished it, honestly, I had to like leave and go take a break because it was just a lot. Now, what comes now is the really unfortunate task of building the structure, and that is putting down cinder blocks. Now, these look exactly like the. Oh, by the way, this is what you do. Put down that grid after the sand, throw this down, then put more concrete on top. But we're building with hollow blocks here, and the lintels go over your doorways, and so they max you out, and they kind of just show you where you can stop at and keep building up too. But yeah, I imagine we're gonna need like 1,000 of these blocks, and we'll do about 20 of those. Okay, so now this is the fun part. So we're just gonna ask this thing to make this normally and create that really quick. Just because we need mortar. Mortar is really easy to use in this game. For the most part, it is. In fact, it goes a lot better than anything else. I think the weirdest thing we have is plastering. If we mess up on any wall during this building phase, we can totally just knock it down. But let's see here. Okay. Line this up. Okay. This is so this is going to be the most tedious task the entire building. You know, we ain't going to put up no or we're not putting up any just like blocks or struts or whatever. And so it'll let me go through it, and it'll tell me where I can stop at. I can't drag or do anything, but eventually when it runs out, it'll tell me it ran out. But it should allow me to, the more we put it down, we can put down 2, 3 at max. I don't know if we can do 5 or so. Here we go. Alright, so if we choose 4, that was definitely not what we wanted. 4. Boom. Now we have to put down more mortar. And so this is the looks like we have a doorway right here, so it's not going to let us do anything here. So we can like stack up this doorway. Now, when we put these blocks up, when we go to do like making our designs and putting things on there with plastering, it'll allow us to like change the color and decide like what kind of brick, or maybe we want to make it look like wood or cement or whatever. We can basically change the design. It's not going to look like this boring block. Well, what totally sucks though is the fact that I'm gonna be here doing this forever. Oh, we ran out. Oh man, we were completely out. That's all we got for that. Damn, that's gonna take forever. Holy shit. We're really about to be here like all day doing this. Wow. Okay, so it's Alright, then once we get all the walls set out and we get things put up, that'll be unfortunately the end of the video today. But I will see you guys back here when I get a progress update, because this is gonna take a while. Alright guys, welcome back. Here's our first status update officially. I've made a lot of progress. It's taken about 20 minutes to get this far. I haven't really focused on one area, and one thing you guys are seeing now is that I have scaffolding up. Scaffolding just kind of helps me get up there for the most part, and I love to break the game when I can do this. I just, you know, squeeze past those bars, climb up here. But, so we got these lintels. Ah, fuck, I don't even know what they're called. What are lintels? There we go. We got these in place. We got a window here. We got a door over here. Obviously, you can tell where all the windows are at, because it won't let me put anything there as of right now, and those are some pretty big windows. I've tried to stack up the back, but the back is really long, and it's taken an extra amount of time, and I'm just kind of working away. It looks like, for the most part, that we might have 2 giant windows back here, maybe even a door. Pardon me. This might honestly be a door. I'd have to look at the blueprints. I can't remember at this point. But we're only about 10% done. Here's what it looks like that I have to do. I have to create the mortar and apply it on the trowel, which is that little hand tool. Apply mortars to insert blocks. I need to buy the hollow blocks, which is what we have. And then we'll have to buy and insert the lintels, which we have those as well. What we don't have is the ceiling. The ceiling is just giant concrete blocks that'll go above since it's a 2-story house and all. So I don't know how high it's going to make me take the walls. But we're only about 10% done, so I imagine the walls might go pretty high. We are, let's see here, from the very bottom. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 blocks high on the front. 1 on the back. So I mean, you know, there's a lot that's going into this for the most part. And as of now, this video is almost 4 hours long, at least for me. All that hard drive space, dang, it's going to take forever for my programs to render it, and so I can edit everything out. But yeah, so I will see you guys back here in just a second for status update number 2. Hopefully we'll be almost done. Alright guys, welcome back for status update number 2. We've completed a lot for the most part. As you can see, the ceiling tiles are now outlined to go around the top of the structure. I've almost got it completed. I know we're more than halfway done here for this side, or to just complete the walls in general. Now here's the problem that I'm seeing. So if you look up at the top left, my building structure for this step is only 22% complete. Now I understand it's a 2-story house and everything, but only 22%? I mean, like, damn. But here now, I'm going to give you guys a time lapse of what it really looks like. Pardon me. What it looks like for me to do all this and to do it, and how many times I have to go back over there to get more mortar and come all the way back and do it again. So I've gone over there hundreds of times by now. I mean, I just go back and forth all the time, and I stopped bringing the wheelbarrow over here because I realized, oh, I can just dump it right here and it still connects, and I can just magically have it sitting on my trowel all the time or whatever. So yeah, so I will see you guys back here when we are completely done with this. Alright guys, well, we finally finished the walls and we got the ceiling put up and everything. Everything looks great. I can tell you what, that as I was building this up, I was thinking to myself, well, we get to build the house completely up to a point. And it's a quick thing, this is where the stairs goes. But we can build the house up, and it's now ready to set the mortar down to get level 2 going, in which in the next video we'll probably cover level 2. You can see we're 50% done now. We have to do all of this and repeat, and then we also have a roof to put on later as well. And we can choose what kind of roof that goes on. Once we get all this put up and everything golden, we'll put windows and doors in, start putting out the walls so it's not like a big open room. And then when the house is actually done, we'll get to do interior design. Now, I'm not that great at interior design at all. I'm sure we're going to sit back and I'm going to be like, does that couch look right? Does that painting look right there? What color should we make the room? I'm very indecisive when it comes down to that. So, but I'm eager to see what kind of project that'll lead up to. But without further ado, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you back here next time for episode 2 of Builder Simulator. Hey everyone, thank you for watching. If you do like my videos, do not forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications for updates on new videos.